Away from Texas.
Yes, sir. Watch you every single day. Nobody lays it down like Uncle Neely and the pregame show.
Neely, pregame show behind the scenes of everything. And why does he get that kind of access? Why does he get that kind of access? Because trust is involved. You would never get the kind of access you desire unless there's trust and relationship. You're trying to put your up on game.
Now, offense is very easy. It's the quarterback, and that's it.
Yep.
Ain't nobody else. It's the quarterback, and that's it. So that's the blessed thing about that. Great question. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am.
The quarterback has to read the defense.
Mhm.
What exactly is he reading on the defense?
No, he's reading a multitude of things. Go ahead and take that call.
Yeah, so the quarterback is responsible to make sure that his guys are lined up properly. So we have a multitude of ways we can get lined up. So we got to get lined up properly. Then he's making sure that the defense is deployed properly. So, typically there's 4 down linemen, and there's 3 linebackers, and then there's 4 guys in the secondary. And then he's assessing what the secondary looks like. So he's looking to see the cushion on the corners, the rotation of the safeties. So he's looking at all that contour. And then what he's going to do is take the snap, and then as he's taking the snap, there's a pre-snap read, and then as he drops back to pass, it could all change. So what he does is train himself to see those changes, and if we made a decision to throw the ball over here, do that properly, over ball over here, that properly. And if he has a chance to throw it either place, he's just got to take the best matchup. So if we got our best guy there, regardless of what happens, we want to throw it there. And so he has to factor in all that stuff.
Let's give them a simulation. Okay, it's 3rd and 5. We're going in. We at the 35. Brett is upstairs. What do you see, Brett?
I see a lot of man usually in those situations.
Okay, he sees a lot of man.
Cover
What are you
one.
saying to coach?
Oh, we need our beaters. We need our man beaters.
So normally we'll go into a game 3rd and 5 anticipating man. So Brett will confirm that it's man. So then I will call a play that typically will beat man. So isolate a one-on-one matchup. In man coverage, you want to call crossing routes, get guys picked off. So those types of plays. So depending on the situation, what I hear from upstairs, and then what we've trained ourselves to do, and then factor in the guy we want to throw it to.
Right.
We always want to try to throw it to the best guy.
He may
all
say,
that goes
Coach
on.
Phillips, is LeJohte, is Travis in the game? Where are they? And Coach Phillips would say in his headset, yeah, he's in the game. Let's go. Coach Phil say, he would say, what about the protection? We're good on the backside. Let's go. Running back. What would he say to you, Tommy?
So we want to block 6 men or 7 men. Maybe they'll pressure with 6 players, so we want to have 6 blockers. Maybe they're a team that brings 7, we want to have 7 blockers. Maybe they don't pressure, so we only want to block with 5. And so we factor all that in as well. And then I might call a concept where the ball is either going to go to Tay or it's going to go to Travis.
That's right.
And then let Shador decide.
Yeah, with all that's going on, what are you doing, Coach? Because you got the call. Who's up top? Who's up top? Juggy, what do you see when you're up top? You're saying what?
I'm saying, Coach, this is the formation they're in. There's 2 people this side, 2 people that side. These are the amount of speed guys they got in. This is what they've been doing.
And Coach Francis, what are you saying?
Let them know what a big time receiver is. Let them understand what the down and distance is. Like you said, if it's 3rd and 5 and that's when we're looking for mesh. They're expecting us to be in a man-to-man coverage, so he might want to go cover 2. So I'm just giving him all the scenarios and then make a decision.
And what are you saying right now, Coach?
I'm saying based upon what they said, right? It's about players, not plays, right? So we're gonna take away your best player and we're gonna man up everywhere else, right? If we get beat, let's let it not be their best guy so we can get on the bus and not keep ourselves, right? I think we've all watched the game and said, Jesus, they didn't cover Travis Kelce, they didn't cover their best player, right? So let's take him away and let's win our one-on-one matchups everywhere else.
And if I hear some bull jump going in there, I'm like, time out! I don't like nothing I just heard. Let's talk about this. That really happens.
Absolutely.
Hot garbage. There's 11 of them, not 12 on the field because
Each position where that happens, that usually happens with substitutions. The substitutions happens on 3rd down, it happens on 2nd down, different packages. Like if you see a package come in, then they have to put another package in to counter that package came in. But now that guy was just hurt, but now he's not hurt anymore, but he didn't tell anybody.
But do you have someone who is specifically looking for you to say, hey, call timeout or whatever?
Yeah, you have that, but sometimes everything is so hurried that it just happens, and you see 12 on the field, and it happens quite a bit more times than not.
They don't come fast.
Yeah, more times than not. But what happens is the miscommunication of what's transpiring right now. Somebody may say this personnel, and that personnel sounded like this personnel, because this guy is back there playing around with this guy, and he's not really paying attention. Now he hears something yell, and he just runs out there on the field, and that happens. Then we're on the episode of Snap, because that's what I do on Saturday. Yes, ma'am.
As far as the audible goes, at what point is the audible called? And what is your role in the audible? I know that the quarterback calls the audible.
Correct.
But what is the communication that he's changing something? And how do you find out about that?
Well, typically we train the quarterback to look for certain things to make changes to plays. So if he doesn't see something that's going to create a problem for the play, he'll let it eat, or he'll let it go. If he sees something that's going to hurt the play, then he'll change the play. And that was the question is about audibles. And so what he'll do is we have subtle ways to change a route, because you don't really want to send somebody an email. You want to make it very subtle so the defense doesn't see it. He has subtle ways of communicating with his voice, a change to the line. Like we could be sliding the protection to the right where all the rushers are on the left, and he'll have a way to say go left, go left, go left. So there's numerous ways, but typically he'll use his voice, and then most often to the skill players he'll signal with his hands.
But you're not involved with that decision.
I'm involved on the front end.
On the front end.
I'm involved on the front end because he just doesn't go to anything he wants. We have a list of things that we use to fix
He's
problems.
involved until 15 seconds is left on that clock.
And they turn him off in his ear.
Then they turn off the quarterback, because he could say, okay, watch backside, they may come backside, okay, that's it, let's check to this. He may say that, and that may transpire, but he has until 15 seconds left on the play clock to audible.
So like within that 15 seconds, if I see something, I say, hey, check it. And then once past the 15, I mean, as the leader of the group, he's trained to make those decisions on his own.
So when you guys come out after halftime or after each quarter, how many plays are actively like are ready to run right away? Like just like coming out, if you get the ball first, does he already have like set plays that you're going to run right away in sequence? Or is it like each time the snap is happening, everybody needs it?
So no, I'll send the plays in sequence, but we'll have a sequence of plays what we call our openers or first 15, where we're gonna try to run these plays in this order. And as long as we're in first and second down, we'll run them. If we get the third down, we'll jump off the list to run a play that's specific to a down and distance. And then with each one of those plays, we'll see how the defense reacts. Either get back to it or move on to something else.
See, all our team players are looking at me to see how I'm reacting right now. Because they know when people come in a little tardy, I really show out. So that's why they're acting like that. They want to see me react, don't y'all? We're not doing that today. These are all 5 stars. They can show up when they want to show up.
I can hear that tomorrow. I'm a 5-star.
One more question before we get out of here. Before you guys get started. I'm sorry.
So I just, with the coin toss at the beginning, it would seem to me that there's some advantage to coming right out and taking the ball first and just trying to
Not
blow
really.
it away.
Not really. Depending on how you're playing. Depending on how you're playing. I remember that being at Jackson, I always wanted the ball first. Because I felt like we was going to go down and score, and we was going to put them in a deficit. Sometimes when your defense is really playing well, you want to throw your defense out there on the field first. You get a stop. Now they're in a disadvantage because they're kicking for probably 35-yard line or whatever. You got great field position.
So is that your call every game?
Yeah, it is. It is.
That's why you're the head man.
So blame me for that.
That's why you're the head man.
Yeah. I can take the heat. One more question. Yes, ma'am.
How do you come back? Okay, so first half, not great.
Mhm.
Down by 4 touchdowns. How do you come back?
Yeah, 28 a lot of points, man. 28 a lot of points. I shouldn't be here if they got 28. I'm out.
That was bigger. 28-0. It's hard to really inspire them at halftime when they're looking up there 28-0. Yeah. Everybody, what happens is the coaches meet with different players, they're different groups, different segments, then we meet together, then we go back out there and try to correct what just transpired. Sometimes it's shock. Sometimes it's just straight shock. They just got it there and jumped on your butt and you weren't prepared for it. You didn't prepare for what they were doing. Oftentimes you prepare for during everything they do. It may be 1 or 2 wrinkles in the game that you didn't prepare for. That's it. Everything else, you just got to execute. You just got to execute. Your guys got to be better than their guys. Yes, ma'am.
One question is, going into the Big 12, which schools are you all most excited to play?
Every last one of them.
The next one.
Every last one.
The
You
next
have
one.
to choose.
We don't do it.
The next one.
Every last one of them.
You make the schedule and we run through it.
Hey, Governor, come up here, Governor.
Governor! Governor!
You don't follow us deeply, but this is our governor, and we love him to life. So I just want you to address these wonderful 5-star women and encourage them to go out there and go get it, Mr. Governor.
Well, first of all, I want to shout out my mom and sister for being here. So very big. We're going to be your toughest competition today, so I don't expect you to hold any punches, Margo. No, we really appreciate y'all coming out. This is it's really fun. Sometimes as a player, you get stuck in the locker room, and it's just you're looking at that number on the wall of how many days until kickoff, and you forget how much support you have behind you. And so days like this, when we get to actually come up and interact with the fans, you get to work with y'all. It's just so much fun and it's so rewarding. So I hope you guys have a great time today and go show those tackling dummies who's boss.
It's very obvious that we got somewhat of a raucous crowd out there today that we're working with. So we getting ready to get started and looking forward to it. What we're going to do initially is take everyone through facility tour and things of that sort, and then we will continue to proceed in the program. Hey, how many like what Coach Prime's idea was a little bit earlier? Coming in the morning and living the day of a Q2 football coach. I think that would be a heck of an idea. But we're looking forward to having a great time, ladies, but make sure it's a great learning experience for everyone too. Looking forward to it. Thank you all for being a part of the first annual CU football 5-star clinic. So what we're gonna do now?